night. I am only her father. She wore a mother's veil beneath the chandelier's light. For a moment, all my enemies felt far from sight. I have built an empire out of silence and of steel, but tonight I only feel the softness of this room, this reel, of turning slowly with my daughter in my arms, forgetting every debt, forgetting every alarm. The violins are playing something sweeter than my life, a melody untouched by shadows, untouched by strife. For 3 minutes I am simply just a man who not the name they whisper, not the fear, just this, just love. This is the Godfather's waltz, slow beneath the light. One dance before the world reclaims me from tonight. This is the Godfather's waltz, tender and grand. The only kingdom that matters is this moment, is her hand. She whispers, "Grazie, Papa," with her head upon my chest. I close my eyes and hold this moment like it's my last and best. The room around us fades to nothing but the sound of a waltz that holds more truth than any crown I found. Tomorrow I go back to the world that made me hard, back to the meetings, back to always being on my guard. But tonight this waltz belongs to only her and me, the one dance in my life that made me feel completely free. They will remember the empire, remember the fear I gave, but I will remember this waltz until I'm in my grave. Her father's love doesn't wear a crown, doesn't need a throne. It just needs one dance, one song, one moment held alone, with the daughter who somehow grew up gentle in my war. Proof that even in darkness, love finds an open door. This is the Godfather's waltz, slow beneath the light. that matters is this moment. Is her hand. The music stopped. The world came back. But for 3 minutes, I was only a father. That was enough. Every vow I've ever paid, I made for family. This is the last one I'll ever need to make. I've sworn on blood, I've sworn on saints, I've sworn on holy ground. But the only vow that truly matters is the love that I have found. In every face around this table, in every name I hold, in every story passed between us, in every truth we've told, I vow to carry every lesson that my family gave to me. I vow to pass it forward to the ones who'll come to be. The next verse of this story, the next dance in this song, an eternal vow of loyalty that outlives right and wrong. Empires fall and power fades, and every crown will rust, but love between a family is the only lasting trust. Eternal vow, echoing through time, a promise made in every heartbeat, every waltz, every rhyme. Eternal vow, forever standing tall. The only kingdom worth defending is the love between us all. I think of every ancestor who danced the same waltz too. Every vow they whispered softly, passed on to me, to you. The names may change, the faces fade, the years will always turn, but the vow between a family is the only fire that won't burn out. So let the music rise tonight, let every voice combine in one eternal melody that crosses every line of time, of distance, of everything the world tries to divide. Family is the only vow that always stays inside. every child prove we still belong to something bigger than ourselves, something built to last, an eternal vow connecting future to the past. This waltz will play forever in the hearts of those who came, long after every empire crumbles, long after every name is finally forgotten by the world that watched it rise. The eternal vow of family will never truly die. Eternal vow, echoing through time, a promise made in every heartbeat, every waltz, every rhyme. Eternal vow, forever standing tall. The only kingdom worth defending is the love between us all.
The waltz never really ends. It just waits for the next generation to pick up the dance. I promised my mother I would send for her. It took me 11 years to keep that promise.
I stood upon the ship's deck, watching Napoli grow small, my mother's handkerchief still waving, till I couldn't see at all. 11 years of factory work, of English broken and slow, 11 years of letters written by candlelight's soft glow. I built a life from nothing in a city cold and vast. Never let myself forget the family in my past. Every dollar that I saved it with intention. Every sacrifice I made without a mention of the loneliness that lived inside me every single day. Oceans between us, but my heart never sailed away. Oceans between us, but never in my heart. Every mile of distance couldn't keep us far apart. Oceans between us, waiting for the day when I finally bring my family across the bay. The letter finally came the day I'd waited years to read.
We're coming. Feed you meal.
Everything I'd need. I stood upon that same dock where I once had said goodbye, watching for the ship that carried everything, my whole reply. When I saw my mother's face after all those weary years, the whole dock disappeared into a symphony of tears. 11 years of oceans finally closing in between. The most beautiful reunion this old harbor's ever seen. They ask me now if it was worth it, all those years alone, building something from nothing, far away from home. I tell them love that's patient is the strongest love of all, the kind that waits through oceans, through winter, through the fall. Of everything familiar, just to build a bridge so wide that family could cross it and stand once more by my side. Oceans only measure distance, never measure love. Mine crossed every wave between us, guided from above. Oceans between us, but never in my heart. Every mile of distance couldn't keep us far apart. Oceans between us, waiting for the day when I finally bring my family across the bay.
My mother held my face the way she did when I was young. 11 years disappeared in that single moment. This photograph is over 80 years old. Every face in it has a story. The picture doesn't tell.
Black and white and fading now, hung above the door. 12 faces frozen in a moment from a world before. The wars before the empire, before the weight of a name. Just a family standing proudly, none of them yet famous, none of them yet claimed. By the history that followed, by the choices yet to make. Just brothers, sisters, cousins, for one photograph's sake. I know each face that's in it, know their stories, know their end. Some lived long and peaceful lives, some met a different trend of fate that this world offers to the ones who chose this path. But in this frozen moment, none of them had felt its wrath. The family portrait hanging on the wall, every face a story, standing proud and tall. The family portrait frozen in the past, a moment of somehow learn to last. My grandmother's the younger, standing at the very edge. Didn't know that day she'd make a lifelong sacred pledge to the family beside her, to a legacy she'd start. A photograph can't capture what was building in her heart. Now I add new photographs beside this ancient one. My children, my grandchildren, the family's still not done. Growing, changing, adding faces to this wall of time. Someday they'll stand where I stand, telling stories in this rhyme. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and this one's worth much more. It's worth 100 years of love that walk through this front door. Every wedding, every funeral, every laugh and every tear lives inside this frame that's hung upon this wall for years. When I'm gone, my photograph will join this sacred wall. Another face, another story, another standing tall beside the ones who came before, the ones who'll come behind. The family portrait grows, but the love stays intertwined. The family portrait hanging on the wall, every face a story, standing proud and tall. The family portrait frozen in the past, a moment of togetherness that somehow learn to last. Someday, someone will look at my photograph and wonder about my story. I hope they know it started with love, just like this one did.
And he still remembered every step. He asked me for one more dance before he sat back down forever.
He held my grandmother's hand, though she'd been gone for years, danced with her memory alone, dancing through his tears. 60 years of marriage lived inside his weathered feet. Every step a story, every turn a bittersweet reminder of a life spent loving, fighting, growing old. Beside a woman he still danced with, though the years turned cold. The whole family gathered round him, watching silently in awe. Nobody had ever seen such love, such grace, such flawless devotion to a moment nobody else could see. Nino danced with a memory more real than you or me. This is Nino's last waltz, slow beneath the stars, dancing with a memory closer than the years are far. This is Nino's last waltz, weathered hands, warm heart, a love that never really ends, even when we part. He told us all this family started with one simple dance. Your grandmother said yes to me and gave this life a chance. We watched him close his eyes and drift into the song, as if the years between then and now were never truly long. When the waltz was over, he sat down with a smile so wide, said, I finally got to dance with her again, and sighed. 3 weeks later, he was gone, peaceful in his sleep. The family says he's dancing now, a love too strong to keep. Apart, we buried him beside her, beneath the same old tree, where they had their first dance, back when they were young and free. Sometimes I think about that night, the waltz, the tears, the grace, and I understand that love like theirs was never bound by space, or time, or even death. It simply changes form. Nino's last waltz taught us love can outlive every storm. This is Nino's last waltz, slow beneath the stars, dancing with a memory closer than the years are far. This is Nino's last waltz, weathered hands, warm heart, a love that never really ends, even when we part.
They're together now. I like to think somewhere they're still dancing. I left Sicily as a boy, with nothing but a name and a promise I return only in my dreams.
Bella Sicilia, golden hills beneath the sun, I carry you in every breath, though our years apart have spun into a lifetime built on foreign soil, foreign stone. Yet every night I close my eyes and I am not alone. I am walking through your orchards, tasting salt upon the air. Bella Sicilia, no other place will ever compare. I built a kingdom far from you, built it out of steel and pride. But every empire that I've built feels empty deep inside, compared to just one evening on your golden ancient shore. Bella Sicilia, my heart never left your door. Bella Sicilia, I carry you in song. Though the ocean stands between us, my heart was never gone. Bella Sicilia, painted in my mind, the only home this wandering, weathered soul will ever find. My children ask me why I speak of you with such despair. I tell them it's not sorrow, it's love beyond compare. They've never seen your hillsides, never breathed your ancient air. But somehow through my stories, I hope that they'll be there. Someday I will bring them, walk them through your olive trees, show them where their blood began, show them where I learned to breathe. Until the day arrives, I'll hold you in my chest. Bella Sicilia, the island that I love the best. They say you can't miss a place, that time has changed so much, that the Sicily I dream of doesn't exist, isn't such. A place that still remains the way I left it long ago. Maybe that's the truth, but the heart don't need to know. The details of the present, when the past still feels this real. Bella Sicilia, Bella Sicilia lives inside me, that will never heal. Into forgetting, into distance, into time, you are not a memory. You are the reason for this rhyme. Bella Sicilia, I carry you in song. Though the ocean stands between us, my heart was never gone. Bella Sicilia, painted in my mind, the only home this wandering, weathered soul will ever find.
Sicily, I will keep you alive in every song I sing.
Thousand people came to bury him, half in mourning, half in fear that even death wouldn't quiet him.
They closed the streets for miles, black cars beneath gray skies. A king departs different, even kings who lived in lies. The choir sang louder than the priest could ever pray. Some men need an opera to properly say goodbye. I stood there with the family, watched the casket disappear, thought about the man behind the legend held so dear. By some and feared by others, both truths standing side by side, wondered if the world would ever understand the man who died. The father, not the boss, the husband, not the crime, both versions of a man who lived beyond his time. Requiem for the dawn, rising with the dust. Even empires built on fear deserve a hymn of trust. Requiem for tragic still, a symphony of sorrow that the whole city has to fill.
His grandchildren didn't understand the crowd, the noise, the cars. Just knew that Nonno's gone now, gone beyond the stars. Innocence doesn't measure a man by what he's done, just measures him by bedtime stories and mornings full of sun. The choir solo hit different, rising past the crowd, somehow saying everything that couldn't be said out loud. Music always finds the words that speeches never could, especially for men whose lives were both terrible and good. They'll argue for years about the man, the myth, the crime. Historians will debate him till the end of time. But today we just remember, we just let the music speak. For a man too complicated, for the simple and the meek to ever understand completely everything
never fully see the Father, the sinner, the dawn he chose to be. Let the choir rise now, let the requiem finally rest. Whatever he was in this life, he gave his family his best. Requiem for the dawn, rising with the dust. Even empires built on fear deserve a hymn of trust. Requiem for the dawn, grand and tragic still, a symphony of sorrow that the whole city has to fill.
The music stopped before the morning finished falling. Some men take longer to leave than others. I sang at his funeral, not out of grief, out of promise.
They took my brother in the quiet of an autumn rain. I swore upon his grave I'd carry both his life and pain. The years have passed in silence, patient as a stone. I've worn a mask of peace while carrying this alone. Tonight the mask comes off, tonight the aria begins. A song not made for comfort, but for settling old sins. My voice will rise like thunder through this waltz of my design. Every note a warning, every measure drawing the line between the man who waited and the man who finally strikes. Vendetta has a melody, and tonight it takes its flight. Vendetta, rising through the night, a promise kept in silence, now emerging into light. Vendetta, tragic and grand, justice sung in opera, written by my hand. I do not sing with hatred, I sing with grief transformed into something powerful, into something that has formed. From every tear I couldn't cry in front of frightened men. Tonight the opera of vengeance finally begins again. My brother's name will echo through this aria tonight, not forgotten, not diminished, brought back into the light. Every violin, every
while holding his cold hand.
They will remember this night as the turning of the tide. The moment silence broke and vengeance stepped outside.
Of patience, out of waiting, into powerful design. This aria was written the day I lost what once was mine. I do not sing for glory, I do not sing for fame. I sing because some debts can only be repaid the same way that they were taken, with sorrow turned to steel. Vendetta aria, the only song that makes this real. Vendetta aria, rising through the night, a promise kept in silence, now emerging into light. Vendetta aria, tragic and great, justice sung in opera, written by my hand.
The aria is finished. My brother can finally rest. So, tonight, can I? In Sicily, we dance at funerals. Not because we don't grieve, because grief and joy have always shared the same blood.
They carried him through the piazza with music, not with silence. 100 years of tradition answering to violence. With one more dance, one more song, one more reason to be proud, the tarantella rises now, joyful and unbowed. We do not mourn the way the world outside believes we should. We dance because he lived, because his life was rich and good. The women spin in black, the men clap hands and stomp the ground, turning sorrow into rhythm, turning silence into sound. This is how Sicilians say goodbye to those we love, with tears still on our faces and our feet still moving above. Tarantella of tears, dancing through the pain, celebrating every life before it fades again. Tarantella of tears, joy and sorrow blend. This is how we say goodbye, this is how we mend. The children don't quite understand why everyone still smiles. Grandmother tells them grief has many different styles. Some cry alone in silence, some dance beneath the moon. Both are both are honest, both will end too soon. By midnight the piazza still is filled with song and light, because we know that morning shouldn't steal away the light of a life that mattered, of a story that was told. We dance until the sunrise turns the sorrow into gold. They ask me why we celebrate the ones we've had to bury. I tell them it's the oldest way that love learned to carry. Weight too heavy for the shoulders, too heavy for the heart, so we turn it into rhythm, so it doesn't fall apart. This is not forgetting, this is not denying pain. This is just Sicilian love refusing to remain in silence when a life deserves a song, deserves a dance. Even grief in Sicily is given one more chance. Tarantella of tears, dancing through the pain, celebrating every life before it fades again. Tarantella of tears, joy and sorrow blend. This is how we say goodbye, this is how we mend.
The music stopped at dawn. He would have loved that we danced instead of only weeping.